Hey everyone, this is Hannah with the Rocket Miner with another news update for today. Today, some of the biggest news we heard was a statement from Wyoming Congresswoman and House Republican Conference Chair Liz Cheney. She released a statement today ahead of the votes that are coming up in the House of Representatives this week, saying that she will vote to impeach President Donald Trump. This is her statement. She said, "On January 6th, 2021, a violent mob attacked the United States Capitol to obstruct the process of our democracy and stop the counting of presidential electoral votes. This insurrection caused injury, death, and destruction in the most sacred space in our republic. Much more will become clear in coming days and weeks, but what we know now is enough. The President of the United States summoned this mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack. Everything that followed was his doing. None of this would have happened without the President. The President could have immediately and forcefully intervened to stop the violence. He did not. There has never been a greater betrayal by a President of the United States of his office and his oath to the Constitution. I will vote to impeach the President." That was the statement from Liz Cheney. Democrats have said that the House of Representatives will be considering the impeachment of Donald Trump on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Representative Cheney is the first of the Wyoming Republicans to make a statement like this and to say how she will vote as far as the impeachment goes. She gave that statement today, so obviously tomorrow we'll have more information as we hear more about what happens with the House of Representatives and this impeachment process. Another major update that we've had was from yesterday. We got some updates about COVID-19 here in Sweetwater County, where we're at with that, so I wanted to give you some main points from that. It was yesterday that the county health officials and leaders met through Zoom for the bi-monthly COVID-19 update for our county. The main focus of the meeting was talking about vaccines and the vaccination and where we're at with that for our county, how that's being distributed and how that's going. They are working through vaccinating group 1B right now. I talked about that in a previous video about who's in that group and what that means. They are still working through that group and making sure that vaccines get out to everyone in that. We have, of course, more information about the meeting and about vaccinations on rocketmire.com, and it will be in the newspaper. So if you want more details about kind of the schedule and the plans and the way they're handling vaccinations right now, you can check there. But in general, they said that we're doing a good job in Sweetwater County with getting vaccines and getting them distributed quickly. And the more quickly we get them out to people, the more they will keep sending us new shipments and new doses, and we can keep moving through that process quickly. One thing they explained that I thought was interesting was how they're moving from one phase to the next. They said a lot of counties in Wyoming are still on phase 1A because they're trying to be sure that they vaccinate absolutely everyone in that category first before moving on. Whereas here in Sweetwater County, they did go through the 1A group and make sure they got the vaccines out to those people, but they put it out there for all the people who are eligible for it, but then once the interest kind of started to lag a little bit and they weren't getting as many people in that group coming forward to get the vaccines, once it slowed down, that's when they moved to the 1B group. As she was explaining it, I was thinking of like when you board an airplane, how they'll call the first class people in that group, but then once they see that not many more people are coming for that group, they'll call the next group. So even if you were in the first group, you can still get onto the plane, but they'll start boarding the next group. That's kind of how they're doing it with vaccines here. So people in 1A can still get the vaccine if they haven't yet, but they did go ahead and move to 1B so they could get a head start on that and be sure that they're getting everyone in that group. That's part of the reason our county's one of the best right now at getting the vaccine out quickly and continuing to get more shipments of it because of that. And so they're continuing to work through that, and will keep everyone informed as they go to the next phases as well. With where we're at with COVID-19 itself, Dr. Station gave some updates, and she explained that our county's numbers are starting to level out, but they're still not good where they're at right now, and they are expecting there to be another rise in cases this month and soon. But they have gone down some from where they were. Our positivity rate has dropped. We were at roughly 18%, and now we're down to 11.1%. And obviously that's good to have gone down that much, but we are still one of the highest rates in the state. Our county remains in the top 5 Wyoming counties for transmission rates. We are labeled as having a high transmission ranking right now. Dr. Station explained that you need a less than 8% positivity rate in order to be considered low transmission. And really a less than 5% positivity rate is ideal and is where you want to be. So with us at 11.1, better than where we were, still not where we want to be yet. Dr. Station also talked a little bit about herd immunity and the concept of what it will take to get to herd immunity, which is what it will take to get back to things being normal, basically. She explained that herd immunity basically means that enough people have either had the virus and so then are presumably and hopefully immune to it, or they have been vaccinated and so they're immune to it. If you get enough people immune, then even the people who aren't immune are pretty much protected by being surrounded by people who are, so it's not spreading so much. So to reach a good level of herd immunity would be about 75% of a population being immune. She explained that where we're at right now, if you look at the people who've had COVID here and the people who are getting the vaccine now, no one who's got the vaccine in Sweetwater County yet has received that second booster shot. That will be going out this week, so that will be soon. And then it takes about 10 days after the booster shot to be considered immune. So we will have people who are immune because they've gotten the vaccine very soon. But even within the next month, with where our numbers are at right now, we're probably at 7 to 12% herd immunity at best, and that's being optimistic with some of the estimates. So she explained that it's still, we have a long way to go to reach herd immunity, to get to that level of normalcy, but we are making progress and we're on the road. But in the meantime, definitely everyone is encouraged to continue to be careful and to take the precautions that we've heard about, like wearing face coverings and washing your hands and distancing, to keep doing those things to limit the spread while we work on getting to that level of immunity eventually. Also, just for the COVID numbers, where we're at in Wyoming today with the virus. Today, Wyoming passed 48,000 total confirmed and probable cases. Our active cases are also back up over 2,000 today, with the reporting of 562 new confirmed cases. The Wyoming Department of Health did note that more than 300 of those were added in order to correct an error in reporting. So some of the numbers are just making things more accurate and making sure that the numbers we're reporting are what we're really seeing. So that leaves us today with 2,327 active cases for Wyoming. Also today, the Wyoming Department of Health did confirm an additional 33 deaths that were connected to COVID-19 for the state of Wyoming. The one other piece of news I wanted to give was also from last night from Sweetwater County School District Number 1's school board meeting. During that meeting, Superintendent Kelly McGovern's contract was extended for 2 years through June of 2024. That vote came after a nearly 3-hour executive session for, they said, legal and personnel matters, but the trustees did vote 5-1 to lengthen Kelly McGovern's time as the superintendent. So those were the main news updates I wanted to give you for today. Thank you for listening. Please keep checking with us for more updates, and I hope everyone has a good night.